right, so ready for a deep dive. Today we're talking Wizkid.
Yeah, always up for some good music talk.
I bet a lot of you have heard his songs, maybe even danced to a few in the club.
Essence gets everyone moving.
Exactly. But we're going deeper than just the hits. We're going to trace the whole journey, from Lagos to global stardom.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. Classic story, but always inspiring.
Definitely. And we've got this incredible biographical excerpt that lays it all out.
Should be fascinating to dig into that.
So picture this: Surulere, Lagos, Nigeria. A young kid named Ayodeji Ibrahim Balogun, who we all know as Wizkid, right?
Yeah, most people probably don't even know his real name.
Right. So this kid, at 11 years old, he forms a group called Glorious Five.
Wow, 11. I was barely playing organized sports at that age.
I know, right? It's wild. Like, most kids are just messing around, but this dude was already serious about music.
Must have had that fire in him from the start.
Totally. And the bio mentions he was singing in his church choir, too.
Ah, makes sense. Guess you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, early influences and all that. So he's got this passion. He's honing his skills. Then comes 2010.
Holla at your boy time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That song blew up. It was like the anthem for young Nigerians.
Huge turning point. You could feel it. It wasn't just a hit. It was a cultural moment.
Totally. Okay, so now, fast forward a few years. 2016 rolls around, and this is where things get really interesting.
Drake comes knocking.
You know it. That collab on One Dance changed the game. Suddenly, Wizkid's on top of the Billboard Hot 100.
First Nigerian artist to ever do that. You gotta understand, that's massive.
Not just for him, for Afrobeats as a whole. It opened up a whole new world for the genre.
Took it global. Before that, most people outside the diaspora hadn't really heard Afrobeats.
Yeah, it was huge. And One Dance, man, that song was everywhere.
Total earworm. I still hear it sometimes.
Me too. And from there, the collaborations just kept getting bigger. Beyonce, Chris Brown, Justin Bieber.
Talk about leveling up. He was on a whole other level by then.
Right. But it wasn't just about the big names. He dropped Made in Lagos in 2021, and that album was like a whole vibe.
Essence was on that, right?
Yep. That song was magical, but the whole album, it was critically acclaimed too.
It felt really special. Like, it wasn't just chasing trends, it had real heart.
Right. It really showcased his growth as an artist. He was weaving in different sounds, from Afrobeats to R&B, reggae, even some traditional Yoruba music.
That's what makes him so interesting. He's got this unique blend that's totally his own.
And then to top it all off, he wins a Grammy for Brown Skin Girl with Beyonce.
That was a big deal. I mean, a Grammy, that's like the ultimate recognition.
It showed the world that Afrobeats was more than just a trend. It was a legitimate force in the music industry.
Yeah, it was powerful, especially coming from an artist like Wizkid, who's so proud of his heritage.
And that's something that really stands out about him. He's never tried to downplay his Nigerian roots, He embraces them, incorporates them into his music.
It's inspiring. Shows you can stay true to yourself and still achieve huge success.
Right. And it's not like it was handed to him.
Yeah.
The bio really emphasizes his work ethic. This guy's dedicated, man.
Yeah, talent's one thing, but you gotta put in the work, and he definitely did that.
So much respect for that. And I think that's one of the biggest takeaways from his story, No matter what your dream is, you gotta hustle, you gotta be persistent.
That's the key, isn't it? Talent plus hard work. That's the magic formula.
Totally. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I'm curious, what's the one thing that sticks with you about Wizkid's journey?
For me, it's the fearlessness, He wasn't afraid to bring something new to the table, to mix things up, to be different.
Right, and to do it on his own terms. He didn't try to fit into a mold. He created his own.
Exactly. It's a good reminder that being authentic is powerful.
Couldn't agree more. So, to all our listeners out there, think about that dream you've been holding on to. What's that one thing you're passionate about, that thing you've been putting off? What would it take to make it happen?
Yeah, what's stopping you?
Maybe Wizkid's story can be that little push,
Yeah.
Just a reminder that anything is possible with a little bit of hustle and a lot of heart.
And a killer beat.
Oh, definitely. That helps too.